how do I show this to you? I need to show this to you. Dream Daddy configuration, 1920 by 1080, graphics quality, dad, daddy, dad, daddy, daddiest. Welcome to Dream Daddy, everyone. We're going to be playing a game called Dream Daddy today. A game where you get to date dads. I don't really know what that means, but I'm excited to play this because I've only ever heard good things about it. And it's interesting to think about from the perspective of what does it mean to date a father. Damn, oh wait, that's a good song. God, oh damn. Oh, that's such a good song. Wait, let's just sit here for a bit. Wow. As all of you know, it's Pride Month, and I figured we should play this game. But also, I wanted to play this game for a while now. I haven't been in a visual novel / dating sim mood for a while, so I haven't really been able to figure out when I wanted to play a dating sim game. The only other dating sim that I'm looking forward to, mind you, is Everdate. So, aside from those two dating sim games, like, there's not really much else for me. And so it's like, I like, well, actually no, there's Seiko the Giantess, but that's more because I'm so curious about what that could be. But aside from Everdate and this and Seiko, it's really hard for me to get into the mood because I'm married. Like, I'm no longer, like, I'm done dating. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go through it again. Dating is a very tough time. But that's why this game is interesting to me, because I can't imagine what it must be like to date a father. So for context, my whole life is filled with the daddies. I don't know how to explain this. My whole life, I'm surrounded by daddies, where there are tons of them who are single, who for various reasons, who are trying to get back into the game of like dating, right? And I hear about all their struggles, and I'm like, damn, that's a very hard struggle. And it's interesting to think about the fact that you now have to take in this child too. And I've always wanted to sort of explore this, maybe from like a more, I mean, to be fair, this is probably like a more fantastical angle where I don't know how realistic this could be. All games sort of have this, I mean, all stories have this element of like, you know, how much of it is sort of twisted to like make it not as, to like make it not a documentary of like someone's life. But I'm still curious to see how this handles that, because I've only ever heard that it's a very difficult time because it's sort of this struggle and this divide between what they desire as an individual and what ultimately they want for their child. Also, I think this game is amazing character designs. I'm sleeping. I'm still sleeping. Dad. Wait, I'm a dad? Am I a dad? Wait, am I the dad? I thought everyone else was the dad. Am I the dad? Wait, so am I a dad dating other dads, or am I a dude dating dads? Like, who am I dating? Who? Dad, wake up! Wake up, pretend to be dead 5 more minutes. I think, okay, this is gonna set the tone for my relationship with my daughter. Or my son. I have no clue. Dad is a social construct. It is. Like, I could pretend to be dead right now, and then she'd have to go and leave my tribe to find another father. And so I would be free of parenthood. But I don't think I would do that. I think what's interesting about this is that I'm going to set up a good example for my daughter that life isn't that serious, and that if I die, it's okay. So I'm gonna pretend to die. That's not, I mean, it's not really what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, like, you know, make it fun for her so that she gets like a playful mood in her life, and she isn't so, like, you know, like uptight and like tense all the time, or whoever this person is. I'm gonna pretend to be dead. I let my tongue roll out of my mouth and stop breathing. Amanda shakes at me. Come on, Dad. This hasn't worked at me since I was 6. Okay, well, how old are you? Like 20? I'm sorry, Amanda. I'm sorry, Amanda. This is the end for me. Dad, I swear to God. Amanda, I bequeath to you all of my earthly possessions. Spread my ashes over my recliner. My wife and I, we always do this actually. I always tell my wife, like, when we're bored, I know this is weird. When we're bored and we're just hanging out, I'm like, okay, honey, pretend like I'm dead, okay? And then like pretend like you're that person inside of a classical Vietnamese drama. And then she I don't know why she does this, but when I'm dying, she goes, no, and then she says Jung, and then so Jung is like the word for like freeze. But also, she does the finger motion. It's like the wuxia finger thing where you poke someone's nerves to like freeze them. So she does that and she freezes my dead body. I'm like, what are you doing? Okay, well, your corpse better get into the moving van because it's leaving soon. What? It's not my van? Hey, honey. Finally opened my eyes and sit up. I'm lying in the middle of the living room, spooning a moving box. I yawn and stretch. I would not sleep on the floor. I have, actually, to be fair, this is something that I've thought about, and it's a conundrum that I've always tried to figure out because I've moved multiple times now, and I could never solve the problem. When you move, you have to move your bed, but you want to pack early so that when you move, it's easy for you to move. But if you pack early and you pack your bed, you no longer have a bed to sleep in. You are now, it's like Schrodinger's bed. It's like, is it packed or is it unpacked? Like, how do you handle the bed as a thing when you're moving? Especially if you have like a futon or something that you can roll up. Do you not pack it into a box and then carry it easily? Do you sleep on the floor? Like, what is the solution? So far, my solution for every time that I've moved is on the first day I move the bed first and I sleep in the house alone. Everybody else sleeps in the old house. I sleep in the new house with just the bed because I don't want to not sleep. Morning, Manda Panda. Manda Panda. That's a good nickname for my daughter. Dad breath. Go brush your teeth. What? Eat a balanced meal every day that includes vegetables.
That dad.
Oh my god. I've always wondered what I would be like as a father. You know what I mean? Because like being a father is an interesting situation to be in because I don't like if you go to Google and you search daddy, what does it show up? Daddy. What does daddy girl mean? What? What is the meaning of daddy? Why is daddy used for boyfriend? What does daddy mean inappropriate? What is daddy issues in slang for a girl? What do girls mean by baby daddy? What is the meaning of 69? What is mommy in slang? What does daddy mean in the flirty way? Why do girls call their boyfriends baby? Why do couples call each other mommy and daddy? Why does my boyfriend like to call me mommy? Oh, that's good. That's really good. But yeah, when you search up like images of fathers, when you search up images of dads, the image that I conjure up in my mind is not a Pedro Pascal, is not a Henry Cavill. The image that I conjure up in my mind is somebody who has spent their life taking care of someone. And spending your life to take care of someone, to me at least, is a sacrifice. But that's not, it's not because to be fair, I don't like, I like kids. Not in that way. But what I mean is like, I like kids not as a parent, but as like a caregiver. You know what I mean? Like I don't mind taking care of my nieces and my nephews, even at the cost of my own life, because I care for them, because they're the children of the future of my family. And like they're and like in a way they're like my extended kids, if that makes sense, right? But it is taxing. Like it genuinely is taxing, and it is a sacrifice because you ultimately give up some portion of yourself. So when I think of father, I think to myself like this. Or actually no, not like this, because I don't think I'd be nearly as muscular. I think I'd be something like this. This is me as a father. I would let myself go. It would just be no muscles. It would be less definition. It would just be me, as if I had let myself go, which is, I think, a very natural state of being. But I digress. That's more of a commentary on society and like the image standards that we have for people, that everyone has to look like this or like this. Holy shit, I am chiseled. Dude, I am chiseled to shit. I look hot as fuck. Yo. or like this. Like this is society standards. This is real life. You know what I mean? And there's a difference there, I think. And I think this is the representative of what it means to be a daddy. But what do I want to be as a daddy? You mean that is bare physique? You're not wrong. This is bare physique. Yeah. I mean, this I think is more bare physique than this though. This is 100% bare physique, if only because the hair adds something. But this is also like a bare physique if you don't like the hair. But I think the hair adds something, right? But still, this is also just father who is trying their best to take care of their child and doesn't have time for themselves anymore, because it is ultimately a sacrifice, right? But what do I aspire to be as a father? It's like my aspirations as a father are different from who I would be as a father. Like it's your reality versus your goals, right? My goal would be this. If I don't look like this as a father, I think I failed. If I don't look like this as a father, I think I failed. However, I'm not that hairy. I have 10 chest hair. I have 10 chest hair max. I only have 10 chest hair max. So I go for this. You can get rid of the hair. Honestly, I'm actually down for like. I have no hair. Like I have hair in certain places, but like I have no hair. This is great. Okay. What's my skin color? What do I look like? I don't know how to explain this, but I do look yellow. I do look. I don't know. I have like a weird orange yellowy tone to me. Oh, I know where to check. It's my inner thigh. I never exposed my inner thigh to the sun. God, it smells so musky because I haven't showered. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say that this is a good skin color here. This one, right there. Like here, that's a good skin color. Very, very classic. You can do everything, right? Heads. Oh, I can use my head shape. Now this, so the body is separate from the head shape. The body is the one thing that you can't really control to some degree. Like it's a result of circumstances. Wait, no, sorry. The opposite. The body is the one thing that I can control to some degree because it's a result of circumstances, and I can manipulate those circumstances. But the head, you're born with your head, and there's no changing it. So it's kind of hard for you to actually look a different way. I'm gonna go with the. Oh man, what do I want to go for? You know, because this is the thing. Think of the scariest person, the scariest looking person that you know, and think of the fact that they could be a father, or just a parent. Oh yeah, think of the scariest looking dude that you've ever known, and they could they could be a father, right? And just think about how that would translate in your mind. Like it's like seeing Jason Statham with kids, and I'm like, I don't know if I could see him as a kid. However, he did make, I think, The Pacifier. Was it The Pacifier? No, Pacifier movie, not Pacifiers. Wait. There's no fucking... Wait, Pacifier was Vin Diesel? What do you mean it was Vin Diesel? Vin Diesel was the Pacifier? I thought it was Jason Statham. Wait, Jason Statham kids movie? Has he ever made a kids movie? Jason Statham kids movie. There's no way he was in Pink Panther. He was in Pink Panther? What? Anyways. Like, if you see this guy as a father, I would think that's almost terrifying to me because they're too strong looking. Or say this, they're too model-like. Or this. They're too, like, this is what I imagine a father to be like. Very disarming, very, very disalarming, very, very heartening, very, very warm, right? Not so scary and tough and strong. I'm gonna go for this. Very neutral face. Hair. I do have long hair now, actually. I have very long hair. Oh, they have a lot of hair shades too. It's good. I wish there was like one for my tone specifically. My tone is weird. My tone is black, but it's also very actually dark red. It's incredibly dark red. Oh, I'm Goku! Oh, Goku! Gohan! Why is there Goku hair? You ever see somebody do Goku hair? It takes a lot of gel to do Goku hair. It takes a lot of effort to make a Goku hair work. This is short hair that's simply gelled back, but they woke up with the gel in the hair. Don't let them fool you. This is not long hair. This is them gelling their hair back. And all they have is a long front to mid cut. They don't have a long back of the hair. The back of the hair has been trimmed so that it flows well when you slick it back. Okay? And they're disgusting because there's a massive amount of gel. This is the Julius Caesar. I remember this as like the crown. I know this is a weird opinion to have, but I'm saying this because I've thought about this because I am going bald. I've because it's in my genes, right? If you get to this point, I feel like you should just shave it off because I think being bald looks cool. I actually think being bald looks cool as shit. You ever see Vin Diesel or Jason Statham? Like, they look cool as shit. This doesn't strike me as particularly, I don't know, like interesting to look at. It's like, because there's not much that you can do with that amount of hair to style it with, right? Like there's not many interesting ways that you can churn that bit of hair into something cool. You might as well go full on bald and then rock the bear look that looks cool. Not like bear as in like bear or wolf or dog, but like bear as in like naked. I think it looks sick. But people are just too afraid of being bald. But I'm like, if being bald is cool, it's fine. I've done the man bun once, and I don't know if I would ever do the man bun ever again. The thing about the man bun is that it's incredibly annoying to tie up, and also, the one time that I did the man bun, I'm not even kidding you. Somebody on the bus, I walked by, and she was like, she was like, "Ooh, goddamn!" And I was like, "Listen, I'm in a relationship. Like, I'm not here to like it on you. I just want to be on the bus, but thank you." Eyes. Oh yeah, this is a dad eye. This is the eyes of a father. No, this is the eyes of a father. I've never met a father that doesn't look like this. And but also the mouth. I think I'm smiling too much. I'm smiling way too much. Manda, Manda Panda, get over here. Is that your partner, huh? There we go. Perfect. It's something like this. I've never met a father that looked happy. Every single father that I've ever met looks like this, where they look like they're about to die in their life. Because if you've ever had to take care of kids, it is the most tiring experience of your life up until a certain point. When they're young, they just want attention, but they want to play with you, okay? Babies are easy because they don't really want to play with you. They are satisfied looking at things themselves because they view the world through their own lens and they like to view things, right? For teenagers, they don't care about you, but they care about you. But they want to be left to their own devices to explore the world. But they will go to you when they need help, and it's important for you to be always available, but to never helicopter parents. That's my life lesson as an uncle who's been very involved in the kids' lives because of various difficult factors within my life. And then you have the children from like age 5 onwards up until like early teens, where I would say that they're very, very, I don't know, like, how do I describe them? They want to play with you, but they also want to push the boundaries of what they want to do, so they'll do, like, stupid shit, too. So really, your job there is to be the helicopter, but not to pull them out of bad situations, but to stop them from dying. But everything short of them dying, you should let them experience it, because they'll sort of, like, they want that for themselves naturally. Like it's like, oh, they're about to like jump off of like a tree. Like, you gotta make sure that they won't die. But if you catch them, at least let them try at least let them try jumping. you know what I mean? Like it's like they climb the tree, they jump off the tree. You have to catch them, but at least let them jump. Like it'd be fun for them. And that's why your eyes are going to look like this, because you're incredibly tired. However, I don't know. I do like the look of this. Although I wish my eyes did look like this, but they don't. But my eyes look close to that. Actually, maybe they look more like this. I don't know. Why am I trying to build myself for? You know what? I do like to self-insert myself. You know, it's why I stream. This is serial killer. If anybody ever stares at you like this, they want to eat your organs. I don't know if I want to present that. This is I don't give a shit about you. These are really good eyes. Heart eyes. Awooga! Anime? Okay, the hyper-realistic anime eyes freak me out, actually. Why do I care about this? How often am I gonna see myself in the mirror? I don't think I'll ever see myself. What does it matter if I look like this? I'm never gonna see myself. Noses. I think your nose says a lot about you. I always think that those who have larger nostrils make better food. It's my theory because you smell more of the chemical compounds that like make the food. Even though that doesn't make any sense. But to me, it's like when someone has like a giant nose, I think to myself, yo, their food must slap. Character creation, first person game. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the same vibe as that. Where I'm like, I don't think we'll ever see our character on screen, and so it doesn't matter why I'm making them, but I'm really interested to see all the options. I don't have a button nose. I can't imagine having a button nose. Not that if you have a button nose, it's cute. If I have a button nose, it'd be fucking weird. I'm gonna go with this. This is good. That's too confident. This is way too confident. This is like This is egotistical. This is too egotistical for me to go with. I wouldn't smile like this all the time. I want a neutral, normal face. I had one person in my life tell me that my lips are incredibly luscious and they have a perfect diamond shape or something. They're like some weird shape. They were like, you have a perfect heart-shaped lip and they're luscious. And I was like, thanks. Appreciate that. Tongue out is a bit much. One, it dries. Have you ever tried this when you were like younger, or maybe even now, chat? Have you ever tried to leave your tongue outside of your mouth for a long time to get it to like dry? What I did was I would leave my tongue out of my mouth for a long time, let it dry, and then play with it with my fingers because I wouldn't feel anything. I was a weird kid. Anyways, I was a weird fucking kid. Yes, perfect. This feeling of I hate life you don't think you have, then you're missing out. You should try it now. There's something weird about when you feel it. It feels like a piece of meat that isn't attached to you. And when you pull it, you feel it, but you feel it from the inside, not the outside. And I like the texture of a tongue that's dry is very tasty. I don't know how to explain it. I've also been told that my eyebrows look like a forest or like a swamp of some kind. So maybe we go for like full-on eyebrows. Yeah. Actually, in the future, my eyebrows are gonna end up like this. Because they're getting to that point now. I never trimmed them and I never pulled them, but they're getting to the point where they'll eventually flare up at the end. But it's gotta be between this and this, and I think it's this. I don't think I have an angry look. Why am I making my daddy look Asian? Because I'm Asian. I'm self-inserting myself into this game. I'm self-inserting my own self into this game because I'm Asian. The only unrealistic part is the body. Okay? I'm trying, like, I recognize that the body is unrealistic. My fantasy self. Exactly. No, Asian, sure. I'm never gonna. How do I convince you all that I'm Asian? If I take a photo of my hand and I say, "Look, my skin is yellow," all of you are gonna call me racist. Like, how do I convince you? I don't know. I can't show you my eyes because you can scan me. You know what? I don't know what to show you. Actually, I have no clue what to show you that can prove that I'm Asian. Everything that I was thinking of is incredibly racist. Everything that I was thinking of, that I was about to say in a split moment, but I chose not to, is incredibly racist. Why are there two different selections? Huh? Facial hair. I hate facial hair. I love facial hair for how it looks. Don't show us your penis, please, Monka. Okay, that's... You're racist now. You've now become racist. You've now become racist. I'm gonna let that slide because, like, I opened up the topic, but I need you to understand that it's racist. As a well-endowed Asian dude, I need to explain to everybody that, like, penis size varies. As a well-endowed Asian dude at, like, 8.5 inches, I'm actually happy about this. I just need to explain to people that penis size does vary. You were just well-read in statistics. That's not... That's not true. Oh, that is funny. That is genuinely funny. It's like you've doubled down on the problem instead of actually thinking about the solution. Prove it? No, I'm not gonna show you a picture of my penis. Oh man. Guess we're just straight up lying now. How do you know? You've never seen my penis. I'm never gonna show you my penis. Oh man, that is funny. Anyways, yeah, so there's no way that I can prove to you that I'm Asian without it being incredibly racist. Because I don't know any other way to tell you that I'm Asian. I don't know. Anyways, look at this. The facial hair. I hate facial hair. I hate facial hair. No penis, Sag. So what's funny about facial hair, I like the look of facial hair. but I hate the feel of it. So I don't know how to explain this. I think facial hair makes you look sick. Something like this is a bit much. I think if you go beard only slaps. I think beard only slaps. But it's when you combine with the mustache that I think it gets worse. But either way, I hate the feeling of it because I hate the fact that hair gets stuck inside of me. There's like hair all over my shit. There's like food in my hair. I gotta like clean the hair. It's more maintenance. I hate the maintaining portion, but I love the feel of it. I love the feel. Sorry, I hate the feel of it and the maintaining portion of it, but I love the look of it. And the way that it transforms your look into a different light almost, right? It's not even about being more quote-unquote manly. Like, it like the manliness doesn't matter. It's more about the transformation that it has for your whole image as a whole and how it complements other pieces of you. Like, I think facial hair allows you to play with certain bits of clothing a lot better. I think, for instance, if you wear a three-piece suit, like the old-timey ones, and you don't have at least like a beard shadow, it doesn't work nearly as well. I think you need to have at least like somewhat of a shadow, somewhat of a stub going on, of like stubby hair going on, to be able to run like an old school Peaky Blinders style suit, right? To me, at least, that just makes sense. And mustaches never work. I don't think a mustache ever works. I think a mustache is the worst thing that you could do to yourself because you hide the ever-critical portion. There's an ever-critical portion right now. Look at yourself. Put your finger. Do the millennials 2000s finger mustache thing, okay? That portion underneath your nose and above your lip is an incredibly important portion of your face to communicate something. Communicate the fact that you're hot. Because the bump and the ridge that's like there where your lip is, unless you don't have that, in which case get shit on. The bump that you have from the heart-shaped lip-like portion, that's a cool thing to look at. Like, I don't know, it's an interesting line that I think a mustache hides. It's an interesting shape and a curve and a line that I think the mustache hides. Whereas like the chin, it's not as important to the look, and like the beard sometimes even helps you. Like, you know how you have like beard jaw versus jaw. It's like some people have like beard jaw and you go, damn, that guy's got a nice jaw, but then you have like beard jaw and you're like, but then you have like normal jaw and you're like, damn, this guy's jaw is not that good. So beard jaw works, but mustache doesn't work. You can't grow a proper beard, but still some joke hair is growing on your face, so you still have to shave regularly. That is the hardest part of like the entire experience, is that if you don't get a full beard and you can't grow the full thing, it's very difficult for you to actually get a good look with it. But however, I think you think it's joke hair. Actually, no, to be fair, some people do have joke hair. some people do have the scraggly bits of hair that come out of your thingamabob, and it doesn't really work, right? So yeah, it is difficult. Yeah, it's like spotty. Yeah. In which case, yeah, then you only suffer the pain of maintenance, which does suck. But you know what? This is the thing, right? And this is why I would caution people about looking at things like, and this is sort of like related to the Asian thing, just to make sure that people know. I would caution people about taking those things too seriously, because I don't know how to say this, but like this, your individual experience matters more than what the norm is, and also the individual experience compared to the norm and what is reported in the norm can be very different from what it really is. It's very difficult to sort of get like a true representative sample of the world, right? So when you look at it and you say it's spotty and you say you don't like it and you are worried about what other people might think about it, banish that thought from your mind. Banish the thoughts of what other people think about you from your mind, because ultimately no other opinions matter but yourself. How you feel about yourself is actually the most important part, right? Trendsetter, own it. Exactly, trendsetter, own it. So it looks bad if you don't shave it. No, own it, see? Don't worry, you're lazy, so you are owning it. Good, perfect. Norm is a social construct, exactly. And the only reason that we care is because I actually don't know why. I actually don't know why people care. I used to have glasses. You know the mod? She wears like really large glasses. Mod, are you blind? Are you blind, by the way? Why do you have such massive glasses where I'm like, you can see everything? Because I'm like, how is it possible that you... I mean, I'm just surprised, like, how HD is your vision? Like, her glasses are like this. Like this! Or normal glasses are like this. They're like visors, man. They're huge. Anyways, I used to wear glasses. I used to wear glasses that were like this. This. No, I have sunglasses like this, which I think look cool. But my friends say it look funny, but I think it's cool. This? Where's my glasses? I used to have glasses like this. And I used to have this like really cool pair of glasses that I would wear around, and it was a very interesting look for me. For me, I enjoyed the look. It was gold rimmed. I know it's bold to go with a gold framed pair of glasses, but I was like, this shit looks sick. I'm gonna go with it. It was my one and only major purchase that I made for like 10 years. And then I lost them on the bus one day, and I couldn't find them ever again. I was so sad. I still, to this day, mourn the loss of my sick pair of glasses, because I can't find the frame anymore. The frame no longer exists. And I'm so sad, because these glasses carried me all through my professional life. I'm gonna relive my fantasy of having my glasses again. No worries, you outgrew the what others think about you thing. Good. I would also outgrow the believing in quote unquote statistics thing. The statistics are surprisingly inaccurate in many different ways. I don't know if I would do piercings. I don't know. Like, I want to do ear piercings, but I wouldn't do multiple ear piercings. The thing about piercings is that the maintenance matters, and the effect that it has on your body matters. In the sense of, like, you ever see somebody with a gauge in the side of their mouth, so you can stick your finger inside of their like mouth, through the side of their mouth? I would never be able to do that, because the thing that sucks about the gauge is sort of the maintenance of it, but then also you can never grow it back, and so you always have this opening in what should feel like the sanctity of your body. Like I feel safe and private in my insides. Like, I know that nothing will touch my heart except for the Coca-Cola that I'm drinking right now, right? I know that nothing will touch my heart except for the saturated fat that I use as my coffee creamer, right? But when you do the more hardcore ones, I think it gets too far in, and it weirds me out personally. I also don't like certain piercings like this because of the maintenance required to keep it going. Because while it looks cool, it's like you gotta maintain this particular spot, and if something happens, it's gonna look all wonky. At least an ear piercing, like an earlobe, it's a very classic look, and I think it looks cool. But I would definitely go for like just a black spike or something, like or like a red, or like a blood red spike or something. I enjoy blood red motifs, but there's only four colors here. Clothing. Wait, what's the difference in like the crop top look? Oh no, so the crop top look is... So the crop top is for your undergarment, but then the clothing itself is like this. I don't think I would wear a suit 24/7. It's incredibly uncomfortable. But I don't know if it's... Okay, this is the thing. I used to dress like this. I used to dress like this very often. I had this exact same shirt, and I would wear pants. I would wear dark jeans, and I would wear, like, you know, Chelsea boots. And I used to have like a black belt, and but I wouldn't go with the coat except for in the certain meetings, right? So I wouldn't do the coat unless it was like a very important event or some meeting. But the thing that always bothered me was I didn't understand if I'm wearing the wrong thing, but it never felt fully comfortable. It fit me well. It made me look cool, and it made me look nice. But it's like the material of the clothing. Like, this feels good. If you touch this shirt, the feeling on your fingers is amazing, right? It feels fantastic. But this, it's like they have, and maybe this is just the price range that I was buying at. Granted, this was a suit that this was a ensemble that I had picked out before I had the money from programming. So maybe the cheapest stuff feels worse. But it feels like they've designed it to make your skin feel like you want to die. Like, it feels like you want to tear it off your skin and rip it off, which is probably, in a way, like, that's kind of sexy. But at the same time, it's like, do you really want to do that? Like, it's... And then you want to wear it for that one moment. You know that feeling, right? It's something about it. But it looks so cool. Like, I used to look so sick, but I can't do it anymore because it feels like shit. Yeah, wearing that stuff all day, like, it looks good, but the feeling, it just sucks. And the crazy part too, like the craziest part is sort of when you go to the meetings, like it's because you're expected to. Everyone wears the stuff, so if you don't wear the stuff, you look out of place. Now that I'm a senior engineer, like I can wear whatever the fuck I want. Like I could go in with just like shorts and like a t-shirt, and then they would be like, "Hey, good, this is the like." No joke, you get more street cred as a programmer by walking in shorts and a t-shirt and the flip-flops than you ever do walking in wearing this. I will say this anecdotally, every programmer except me that has worn something like this on the daily as they got higher and higher on the ladder has gotten worse and worse at the job. And I don't know why, but they were really good at politicking to get to the top of the management chain, but really bad at actually doing the work, which is weird to me. Some people wear this stuff every day. Yep, it's insane. I have a shirt like this. I have a shirt like this. I have a shirt that's like this but in red, and like I think it's is it red? I'm trying to see it right now. It's on my closet right now. It's like a darker blue. And I have a shirt like this, but it's tacos. It's all mini tacos. It's my favorite shirt. It's my favorite shirt, but I can't wear it because it feels like shit. I don't have actually the one dress shirt I don't have. So my wife, she says that I look hot in a black dress shirt. So I'm like, okay, I'll wear a black dress shirt, and like I look cool, but I don't have a white dress shirt. I've never had a white dress shirt. I've always had like a styled dress shirt like these. Or I've had a black dress shirt, so I look like I'm going on like a hitman mission like John Wick. And sometimes I sort of wonder, like, maybe I should go for something else, but in the modern age, like, the use of a white dress shirt feels less required for most events now. Even for weddings that I've gone to, not just the friend group that I have with the mod, but even like my own friend group, the weddings that I've gone to, we are all in like casual wear. Like it's weird. Like we don't even do like sometimes we don't even bother with the idea of suits. We just go in normal clothing. And when we do suits, like everybody's got something on. Like you have one friend who comes like this, another friend who comes like this, one friend who comes like this, and then someone who like comes like me looking like John Wick. And I feel like it's not as required anymore to have the white dress shirt. And so I don't need to like think about even having it, and I also don't like matching it with things because it looks so plain. But at the same time, what a sick look in the gray what is the difference between a blazer and a blazer versus suit difference? What is like the difference? The main difference between a blazer and a suit is that the blazer is less formal than a suit. A blazer can be worn with a variety of different pants, whereas a suit must be worn with matching pants. I'm gonna say that this is a suit, but not a blazer, but still slaps. Looks slaps. This sucks. Actually, this is a lot like the like this shirt. Wait. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. It's a lot like this shirt. Save image as tittyshirt.jpg. Tittyshirt.jpg. Fit the screen. Titty. It's a lot like this shirt. They're actually both the same. These both give off the same vibe. Yes, they're natural, and then yes, look at my cracked eggs. Same exact vibe. And I don't know if I want to be known as a person who wears that. So at least, even though this world doesn't exist, right? The characters in them do, because the characters are simply a reflection of life, right? Happy Pride Month. But for the look and for like the world that it's in, I wouldn't want to place myself in the world and also advertise that my nipples are right there. I think like it's because when you know where somebody's nipples are located, you can imagine where their nipples are, and then all of a sudden you have a mental image that you can never really like unsee in a way. I don't want to know where your nipples are. I just want to see you as a blank doll of sorts. Too edgy. Plain, comfortable, very nice, but also too plain. Very whimsical. I used to have pants like this, but in a dark blue. And they were very comfortable. And this is actually a very comfortable thing. But the burger is a bit too loud. This is what the hell is going on here. This is sick, but also too much. I will say this though. There is a world where robes are still in vogue. So in China, the street fashion in China way cooler than whatever is coming up within the West. Street fashion in Japan way cooler than whatever is coming up within the West. All because, and I'm biased obviously, but people still wear the robes, man. Like people rock the robes and they walk around with a modern take on a traditional look, and it looks so fucking sick. I have a costume, not a costume. I have a clothing design in mind that I've always wanted to make at some point, but I just need to find like a fabric store. And the idea is to go for like a very traditional sort of look of like the Vietnamese. I forget the word for it in both languages now, but it's like it's a very sort of classical robe look that you would use for like formal wear or for some major events, but just like cut and tailored in such a way that you can wear it in a more casual setting. And I think it would look so sick. This is a nice shirt. Wait, this is something that I would wear because I like darker clothing. Yo, wait, this is something that I would wear. This is a programmer's dream. Hard choice. God, this is a hard choice. This is the hardest choice that I can make in this game. I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna close my eyes. And the first thing that I look at when I open my eyes, I'm gonna click on. Because that's the thing that I want. So let me see it. The first thing that I click on is the thing that I'm gonna choose because that's the thing that I want. I've already chosen it. Fantastic. Looking good, daddy.
Name that dad.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. What should I name myself? I don't know. I don't know. Last name? Do I need like a last name?
That dad.
Oh, I don't need a last name. Perfect. It's okay if you don't come in first. Just make sure you have health insurance. What? Did you fall asleep packing? No, honey. I actually entered the fugue state. Eat. Look, I'm not gonna do eat. Sorry, I'm not gonna be cringe. But also, honey, I fell into a fugue state. Your father. I've been having strokes. I've been stroking out all day long. Not like that. I've been suffering from something. And honey, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm not well. And it may be that you had to take me to the hospital. It may be that I won't be here for you for very long. Sorry, I need to check something really quick. That's why I'm stalling. But I didn't fall asleep packing. I fell asleep because my entire body was transported to a magical land where I could wear anything and be anybody that I wanted. You know what's crazy? Imagine a character creator thing in real life, and imagine the logistics of having like a real character creator thing pop up. And think about how crazy that would be that one day you come home and the person that you knew is entirely different. And that happened to my mom when she was younger. When I was younger, one day she went in for plastic surgery for her or something. And then she came home and I was like, who is this woman? I was like, who is this lady trying to talk to me and hold me? I don't know her. Like I remember I remember freaking the fuck out. And my sister and my sister warned me too. She was like, hey, so your mom is gonna look different today, okay? And I know it's gonna be weird, but like it's gonna be okay, honey, because like she was my caretaker, right? And then, but as soon as it happened, I was like, I don't know what the fuck to feel. I don't know who you are, and you're freaking me out. Please leave me alone. Stop trying to hold me. I got most of it done, I think. Searching around the room, it looks like it did a pretty good job. Every box is sealed except for one. Wait, straggler. What's in it? Looking into the box, I see a bunch of old photos and little photo albums. Whoa, I haven't seen these in years. I pull out one of the dusty albums from the top of the pile, and we begin looking through it. Hey, it's my daughter. That's with her as a baby. That's the coolest baby I've ever seen. Actually, so we have a baby photo of my niece that's exactly the same way. Because she was like the first baby of the family, and we were so excited to like have her. Because it was like, oh wow, like we have like the family finally has a baby, right? And it's funny how much you want to dress up the baby, because that's all we did. So there's like 50 different shots of her in like different clothing, different hairstyles, and like different like glasses, and she's like smiling in every one because she's having so much fun. It's a very like, I don't know, like babies, there's something fun about just spending time with them. Like, but I don't want to be a father. I just feel this like, but I feel the connection to the babies. The only way your father and I The only way your father and I could get you to stop crying was to put the sunglasses on you. But whenever we tried to take them off, you'd start crying again. For the first 2 years of your life with sunglasses on. Isn't that bad for you? If you wear sunglasses 24/7, wouldn't your eyes eventually degrade? Nice. Halloween, when you were maybe 4. Halloween is also an amazing time for kids because kids put on the funniest costumes. I think I said this last time, but my sister dressed her kids up as a ghost with the holes for the eyes, with like a bed sheet, and it was the funniest shit ever to see these like tiny ghosts running around. But beside a larger ghost, there's just something like endearing about seeing small ghosts with a large ghost. But also, if you think about it, it's really sad because if you see a small ghost, it means that they died young. Oh my god, that dragon costume. You couldn't decide being a princess or a dragon, so you went with both. Princess Dragon. Why do I remember crying in that dragon costume? You saw yourself in the mirror and realized you were afraid of dragons. Seeing yourself inside the dragon's mouth was a realization of your greatest fear, I think. I like how I psychoanalyze my own daughter. I do this constantly to my nieces and my nephews. Constantly. I actually constantly psychoanalyze them. Like, I look at them and I hear their struggles and I'm like, this must mean something about you now. Because it's I don't know how to explain this too. Beyond the age of the moment that your child is born, they are going to break every expectation that you've ever had of them. Because every single expectation and every single dream that you ever had with your child is based on an unknown life that isn't necessarily theirs. Like, your child is their own person, and there's no reality in who they are in your mind because you've never met them before, and so you build up this entire corpus of understanding of them that is based off of a lie. And so really, when you have a child, that's when you realize that your entire life is spent trying to understand this individual human being who has now entered life. Like, they are their own individual, and you're trying your best to understand them and who they are and, what their life is like. Like, what do they enjoy? What do they like to eat? And are they okay? And how do I see their feelings? How do I help them express their feelings? But also, like, how do they want to express their feelings? How do they ultimately communicate their feelings? How do they ultimately view the world? How do they ultimately see things? Kids are very malleable in that you can teach them a lot of things and they'll sort of like adopt your understanding of the world for the time being. But still, even as young as, like, even now, my youngest niece, she's like, oh fuck, I'm such a bad uncle. How old was she? She's like, I don't know, 7, 8. Even at her age, I see her mind working and thinking of things differently than we currently see things, than what we taught her, because she's starting to explore and understand the world through her own unique lens and her own unique viewpoint. The older kids in my life, they've all sort of gone their own ways and they see things very differently from me, right? Despite the fact that I've sort of been there with them, always sort of like guiding them in a way. But it's that divergence that really makes you understand that you can never really get like you can't mold your child. They're gonna be their own person. Anyways, get psychoanalyzed. Right. Yep, definitely repressed that memory. And this was you in your horse phase. No, you were a horse girl? No, I don't want my daughter to be a horse girl, man. The horse girls are weird, dude.
Oh.
Dad, I believe you named that plush horse Sir Horsington the Brave. So what's funny is that children have various phases, and they all involve some animal. So my niece loves dogs, but she thinks that animals can speak because of Lion King. So that's a major problem that I've had to correct. Because it not that it's like a bad thing for her to have like a fantasy, but like she's trying to talk to Missy as if it's like a human being, but I'm like, she can't talk to you, honey. Like, I don't know how to tell you this. People have obsessions with like certain toy brands, even like there was, I think my other niece was really into this like, it was like a Disney toy. Is it because of the live action ones? Yes, it is. It's because of the live action ones. So this is the thing, right? Okay, this is a rant right now on live action versus non-live action things. They made it too realistic. Exactly. I think the problem is that it looks like a real lion, but it also speaks. And when you're a child, you don't know anything. Like, your children... if there's a parent here, I need you to understand. You may love your child very much, but it doesn't change the reality that your child is a fucking idiot. Your child is an idiot. By design, human children are idiots. All children are idiots by design. Okay? When they're a genius at something, it's because they're simply too good at this one thing, and it's gonna haunt them for the rest of their life, because then they'll wonder why they couldn't be successful. Okay? But all children are idiots by design. So when you see this really realistic lion speaking in like a human tongue, and they understand human, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, how come my dog Missy doesn't understand human? It's like, I don't know how to tell this to you, honey, but you're stupid. Like, dogs don't talk. But I don't say that she's stupid, and I don't say outright that like dogs don't talk. I'm like sitting there for like 1 or 2 hours explaining to her the unreality of animation, helping her through those feelings of like grief and loss, but also helping her to like see the beauty of it and still enjoy it, all the while managing the fact that no, you can't talk to my dog. Like, you can't ask her to like do things, and she'll understand. Like, the most that my dog can do is like, I wave my hand and she comes over, and then I just hug her, and then like and then we hang out, right? Like, that's as much as she really knows. I don't think that was his. Amanda lunges for the photo, but I quickly snatch it away and hold it above her head with my superior dad arms. Nice try, but this is avoidant blackmail for later down the road. That's a very sick game that I'm playing with my daughter. Go ahead and try me. I've seen pictures of you in your ska band. I was cool? Wait, I was a cool father? Honestly, this is the thing, right? It's like, it's weird how much I care about the legacy. But the legacy doesn't matter. But at the same time, because like, I'm not gonna have kids. I don't want kids. Me and my wife are very adamant about not wanting kids. At the same time, I also want a legacy, despite the fact that I have nothing to pass it on to. It's like, I want the world to remember me in some way. And even if I sucked, at least I tried to be in a ska band. Like, that's cool. At least I tried to be in something. And I want to do stuff like this. I'm just a programmer. What the fuck am I gonna pass down? A copy of my own personal Linux? My own program, my own command line program to sort through all the to-dos of my machine across various files? It's fucking useless. Ouch, kid. The Scommunist Manifesto. The Scommunist Manifesto had a chance back in the day. I look off into the distance and reminisce about that rad horn section. Horns in your ska. Hey, it's Emma P! No, Dad, that's Emma R. I didn't meet Emma P until high school. Honey, I promise you, wholeheartedly, that I will never stop mixing those two up. Honestly, I still, to this day, I don't know all the names of my nieces and my nephew's friends and like family. It's very important. Why is it important for me that I pass something down / others remember me? So you didn't listen to a single word that I said. You didn't listen. You asking that question says to me that you didn't listen to a single word that I said, and that you missed the entire point of what I said. And so I want you to eventually watch the VOD to understand that it's not important to me. But it's the feeling that comes through. You just don't understand it. That's because you're not actually listening then. Because if you can't say that you listen and then you say that you don't understand it. That means that you actually aren't listening and that you didn't understand it. So you go back and you deal with that on your own. I'm not going to rehash the entire point. The entire point was about the feeling and about the contradictory nature of the feeling, despite the fact that there is no point. Like, basically, if you were listening, you would have understood. Dad, Emma has been my best friend since I was 7. Give it like a little bit of effort. All right, Emma P was the one who I can just make up this personality for this Emma P person. You know what's crazy? Actually, I do feel this pressure because it's like the relationships that our children have. I'm already explaining things like a dad would explain math homework. Well, listen, buddy. Okay, like I got limited time and energy. Okay, kiddo. I just came off of work and I don't want to spend all my time. I want to see the football game. Okay, so I just explained it. So go back and look at your textbook. Talk to your mother. Fuck off. Give me a beer. But yeah, I feel this pressure too of like, to our children, everything that they experience and everything that they feel is super important in their lives. Like, the people that they know and the relationships that they form is the most important thing about their life. Limited time to streams. You are the epitome of the whoosh meme. Like it's like the whoosh meme is going over your head and it's flying off into the air and you have no clue what's going on. Yeah, so to your kids, everything is the most important thing in the world. Like the people that they know and who they are, right? And I always think about this because like even sometimes like I sort of wonder why parents don't pay attention to like the names of, let's say, their kids' partners. Even if you know in your heart of hearts that it's ephemeral, you don't really know the reality of the world. I mean, nobody could have expected me and my wife to be together, despite us knowing, because we've known each other since we were 3 years old. Like it just doesn't happen, right? Like it's, but also you just don't know what ultimately people are feeling. Like it's, and even then, does it matter what you know will come to pass if it's important to them right now, right? And so for me to not really pay attention to care about the names of the friends, like that happens to me too, where I'm like, shit, like what is the name of my niece's boyfriend? But it's like I don't know how to, like I can't remember it because it's not important to me, because I just think, okay, yeah, this person will just pass and they'll just, you know, walk off at some point. But I don't know if that's true, but also even if it is true, it's important to her at the moment. So why don't I put in that effort? Like it's fascinating to think about in that light when we dismiss certain things about a child's experience because we've already experienced it and so we're numb to it. But to a child, this is their life at the moment. Like they're living through that moment of understanding that we've already passed and that we've become numb to from that experience, right? So at least for me, it's like I would know the difference between an MR and an MP to some degree. But I would probably like ask my child to call one M and then the other one Ma. You know what I mean? But MP tried to steal people's pants, fired a flaming tennis ball at the police station, or pooped their pants during a sleepover. This happens. This probably happens way more often than we think. I've never had to be there to like, because it's weird to explain, but like my nieces and my nephews were very lonely growing up. They didn't really have people. But I must imagine that this happens often because like they're just kids. You know what I mean? Like kids. Kids don't have control over their bowels. It's hard. It's hard enough for your grandparents to have control of their bowels, let alone you. Someone pooped your pants once. You never figured out who did it. Who could have possibly pooped your pants? The nerve of some people to leave a stinker in your prized possession, in your pants. Wow. The nerve of some people to do that to you. But do I, like, this could happen, but do I want this person to be known as the pant shitter? I don't know, because I'm basically setting up a history for this person that I've never seen before. Try to steal these. Clear? I don't want to do that. I also don't want to set her up to be like a thief of people's pets because that's insanity. But like kids also do that too. Kids really like pets and they don't want to let them go, even though it's not their pet. Like my niece is always like, "That's my dog" to Missy, and I look at her and I go in a much nicer way. But in my head, I go, "You fucker, that's my dog." In my head, I'm going, "You motherfucker, that's my dog." But in my voice, I'm like, "Honey, sweetie, dogs, and I know that you love her, but me and your auntie are the ones that are responsible for her, and she's our dog, and we picked her out, and you can play with her, but she's like a family member, but she's not something that you are responsible for." But in my head, again, it's like, "Don't you ever touch my fucking dog again." Or fire the flaming tennis ball at the police station. That's radical. Lighter fluid, tennis ball, tennis racket, right? Dad, that was you. What? I committed an act of terrorism? Oh, right. Oh, man, I was a wild child. I was 6 when you did it, Dad. Okay, Amanda, I wasn't aiming for the police station. It just happened that there was a police station in the vicinity of where I wanted to hit a flaming tennis ball.
Aww.
Yeah, I remember you explaining that to the police. They didn't believe me either. Anyway, I gotta show this to MR. Later, she'll get a kick out of it. Oh, later. Show to her later. The first photography award you ever won. Wow, my daughter's cool. That's actually cool. I've always wanted like an artsy child. Like if I had to choose, would you rather have sports daughter or like would you rather have a sports daughter or artsy daughter? Right? I would rather have an artsy daughter than a sports daughter. Not because I don't think sports daughters aren't cool, but I think I couldn't connect with my kid on. Well, okay, you know what? It's not because I couldn't connect, but it's like I think being artsy is cooler than doing sports to some degree. But that's also a bias of mine that isn't necessarily true, because people who do sports are really cool. But it's also just like, I don't know. Maybe you like. See, it's that thing. Expectation of you as a parent versus who your child actually is. It's coming to fruition. Yeah, and it got us a $20 gift card to McFridays. McFridays? Yes. And then you got food poisoning from the cheesy tostada blasts. I think you mean food poisoning, you know, with a Z. Dad. Still can't drive past McFridays without gagging. Still proud of you, though. Amanda reaches deep down into the box and pulls out one last photo. Neither of us say a word. We stare at the photo for a long moment. That's my husband. He's dead. I'm single. Fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. I'm single again. Finally decide to break the silence. Oh, that's a sweet photo. That's like a very sad but sweet photo. It's all the love and encompassed in a single thing. And it's everybody has the capacity to feel love. Except for maybe Hannibal. This was the day that you were born. This was the day that we adopted you. I've always wanted to adopt a child, though. Like, I kind of feel like I would want to give a child a chance at life, but at the same time, it's too much work. But, you know, let's just live that fantasy. It's like, I don't really want to adopt a child in real life because it's too much work. But at the same time, it's like, I feel bad for those kids. You know what I mean? Like, just to give them a chance at life. A chance at life that they would have never had. And a chance at life that, in a way, I didn't get to have. You know what I mean? Like, I want them to be able to have a shot at a fair chance at life. The day that you were born. It's kind of a funny story. We got into a car accident right there in the hospital parking lot. It wasn't anything big, just a fender bender. But of course I was freaking out. The little old lady who crashed into us was freaking out, and I didn't know what to do. But your father, oh man, he holds my hand and looks me directly in the eyes, the calmest I've ever seen him. He says, "It's okay, it's all gonna be okay." Oh, he was right, you know. I stare at the picture for longer. Maybe too long. I miss him. Oh, so that's so sad. I can't even imagine what it must be like for Amanda. She pats me on the back. Come on, Pops, we gotta finish packing. The moving van won't wait forever. You know, yeah, this is the thing too, is like everybody processes trauma differently, right? But it's also the context. It's weird, but like losing a partner feels different from losing a parent. And it's weird how you both commiserate over a loss, and yet you're both experiencing it differently. I can't imagine being in that situation and having to deal with that. And yet that's a reality that comes for us all at some point, right? The people in our life will eventually fade away, and there's nothing that we can do about it. Whether by happenstance, which is mostly like a negative thing, I'll assume, or a positive thing. Well, not a positive thing. Well, but like, you know, like a more positive thing than like a raw accident. They just pass away because of time moving forward. Then, you know, it makes sense. Why? Oh no. Why? Oh no. You're right. Amanda and I pile into the car and take one last look at the old house. I think I look pretty cool. I don't see an oh no here. I think I look sick. So many memories here. Hard to believe your father and I bought this place almost 20 years ago. What? Why are you moving? Do you know the economy? Buddy, housing... Okay, let's say you live in San Francisco, alright? Housing costs in San Francisco. What is going on? You see what's going on. You see it on your screen. Is this my daughter? This is my daughter. Say hello. The median... Wait, what? In May 2025... No, housing costs in San Francisco 20 years ago. 30-year trends of Bay Area Market Reports.com. I don't know if that's a good site. Sales price average in San Francisco. Homes used to be $1 million. Now they're $2.5 million. What? Homes used to be $1 million in San Francisco? Jesus Christ, 20 years ago? Wait, when was Microsoft formed? Microsoft was founded in 1975? What? When was Google founded? 1998. What? How old am I? What year is it? What? I don't know. I'm just kind of like crazy. It's crazy to me because 20 years ago was 2005, and the homes were already in the millions. I was expecting like, I don't know, 5 cents. My man's losing his mind. Yeah, because I'm like, my time scale is like when things were $5 or something. When you could go get a Happy Meal, or when you could go. My time scale was Toonie Tuesday was a real thing in KFC Canada, and when you could go to McDonald's and get a real dollar menu. $1 on the dot Canadian dollar. No upcharge, downcharge Canadian dollar. Insanity. So many memories here. Well, yeah, but yeah, also, why are we moving if we just bought this place 20 years ago? This is the thing, right? If it's good memories or it's bad memories, you can't avoid them. No matter what it is, where you are and the way that you feel about your life will never necessarily get better. Because you'll always have those wherever you go. Like, somebody's gonna die in your home and you're gonna have that memory with you. So you have to be at peace with the memories. So maybe they should keep the house. Because I feel like after 20 years, one, your mortgage is basically almost done. So your mortgage payments are very, very low. Two, you really want to like incur the permanent cost of moving? Because there's a permanent cost of moving where you can't get any value back from having to like move things around. I'm like 50 years old or what? Close enough. Maybe sizing down. That is true. They could size down. But she's already going to move out of the house. And I'm going to be real with you. I would never size down my home. It's not like clothing. It's not like clothing where you need to wear like a smaller or a larger piece of clothing so it fits you, so it feels good. Like, even if I had a family home and all my kids moved out, I'm going to turn those family rooms into like a workshop for both my wife and I, as well as like a gaming room or like an office, like something, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to repurpose their place if they don't mind. Only if they let me. If they say, can you keep it, then I'll keep it for them, right? Hey, remember when I shattered the front window playing catch? You always had very strong arms. Hey, remember when I shattered the other front window pretending to be a robot who breaks windows? You were a very imaginative child. Hey, remember when I broke the back window plate? We get it, Amanda. You break stuff. And there'll be plenty more stuff for you to break in the new place. No, because you're going to be moving out soon. I know that you're at least about to finish high school because you talked about your friend that you met in high school, Emma P. Which means I know that I only need to deal with you for 1 more year. Because the moment that you can go to post-secondary, honey, I'm sending you off to wherever the fuck it is. You're living in the dorms, and I'm doing that for my sanity. Memories to make and stuff to break. You ready? We sit in silence for a moment and watch my daughter grow up in this house. It will forever hold a place in my heart, but it stings a little bit to leave it behind. I'm ready. The moving van begins to pull away and I get the car into position to follow it. I watch our house, our old house, disappear in the rear view mirror. I've never been able to follow the moving van. I every single time, because, and this is like weird to think about, but every single time that we had the moving van to save on costs, we would just be inside the moving van. Or we'd be in the front, or we'd be in the back, like holding stuff up so it wouldn't break, because we're moving in like a very hodgepodge way where like there's nothing really quality about the things that we're doing, because it's like very like we have no good, like we have no money to like buy the right moving stuff, and so everything's kind of like just thrown in there for the hope of it, right? So what? So, sell me on a new cool pad, on a cool new pad. Wait, you don't know where we're moving? You're just gonna like follow me? Like, this is the thing about moving too, as a parent. I don't know why parents just spring moving onto their children. Like, a lot of parents don't tell their kids that they're moving. And I had a discussion about this with somebody that I knew once, and they were like, yeah, I don't need to tell my younger sister that like that we're going to move out and that the whole thing is going to change and that she's going to have to go to a new place and talk to new people and that her entire life is going to shift around. I was like, maybe you should just let her know, you know what I mean? Like, just so she gets a heads up and just sit down and like have a small conversation about how she feels about things. Because it always strikes me whenever people become parents and they become so callous to the feelings and emotions of others, right? that you would become a parent and yet you'd still be so close-minded about the world, about the feelings of other people, and about the humanity that is there and present within everyone. It surprises me because you think they wouldn't, because the whole point of being a parent, at least to me, is to try and like emphasize those things and try to help your child understand that, because they don't know, because they are a child. And if you don't understand it, then almost by definition, you are a child, and I don't know why you'd be a parent, right? And so it's like, it's crazy to me that my daughter in this game has no clue what our house is going to be like, even though I'm telling her to just uproot her entire life, and we're just going to go somewhere else. And maybe it's so far that she doesn't even get to go to the same high school. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm moving for my job and it's like, you know, a whole state away, let's say within America, or like a whole province away, she can't just take a bus to go to her school. That's going to take her like 12 hours. She now has to uproot her life and change it all. And that has, you know, and there's feelings involved in that. Whether or not those feelings are sort of things that you can listen to are different. Like, circumstances matter. If you have to move because you have no money, then you have to. But there's something about being there for somebody and understanding their feelings enough to empathize and like provide them a softer landing and a softer cushion that I think matters so much more than just to ignore it and say deal with it. Or just be like a parent who act as if there are no feelings at all. Yeah, I could do that too. Yeah. Which that's the neutral stance of being a parent. I clear my throat into my best cheesy announcer voice. Nestled in beautiful scenic downtown Maple Bay, our new house features washer and dryer hookups. This is a major deal, actually. I don't care. A 2-car garage doesn't matter. Multiple places to sleep doesn't matter, because you can sleep in your washroom if you really need to. But a washer and a dryer hookup, to never have to risk losing your clothing in a public washing place. Think about this. If you've ever washed your clothing in a public laundromat, how do you know for certain that nobody's ever pulled out your panties or your boxers to sniff them? How do you know for certain? How do you know for certain that nobody's ever touched your clothing to feel them up? How do you know for certain? That's the thing that like freaks me out. And how do you explain the random extra underwear to your partner that appears in your load of clothing because somebody forgot it inside the machine and you didn't check because you were lazy? How do you, like, what do you do? Do you wear it? No, because you don't know what's being on their cooch. You know what I mean? You don't know what's like being down there. You don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? I don't know what is being on my crotch. I don't know what is going on. So you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful when you're doing public stuff. But you don't need to care if you have a washer and a dryer hookup, which is hard to add to a home after the fact because of the amount of piping and plumbing that you need to do. And plumbing is always easier to do when the house is bare. Honey, have you ever had dirty clothes?
Yeah.
For most of my life, yeah. Well, worry about that no longer, as our new place features machinations that will not only clean your clothes, but dry them directly thereafter. An upper-class luxury, I fear. The concept of clean clothes is no longer in the hands of the fat cats upstairs, sweetie. Anyway, it's also smaller than the last house. Cozier, one might argue, so we are sizing down. Good spin. I think it's great. Won't we be closer to a lot of cool stuff that we can walk to? So I don't have to waste gas? And, I mean, trying to park downtown is, you know... Wait, I let you drive? That's crazy. I wouldn't ever trust my child to drive. I don't think I would ever trust my child to drive, even though I have to for the sake of their life. But, like, I think I would be the parent who sits in the car. How do I explain this? I would be the parent who sits in the car and has my hand on the handlebar, holding on for dear life. Just so I don't die. Why am I so gassy? I'm so sorry. Because I don't... It's not that they're bad drivers or something. It's just the reality that my life is now in their hands, and that's a weird thing to feel. And I don't want to... I feel like they would want to kill me in some way. Man, you know you're going to have to learn how to parallel park at some point, right? Yeah, parallel parking is an important skill, even though it sucks. Not going to happen, Pops. I think someone needs to do a 3-point churn on their attitude. I don't know how to do that either. Have you met the neighbors yet? No, honey, this is my first time going into the house. Not yet, but the neighborhood seems pretty quiet. Yeah, honey, this is my first time going to the house. I can't, they're not my neighbors yet, so I don't give a shit. So you won't have to chase any rowdy teens off your lawn. You're just looking for a friend, okay? I can't help you make friends. That's on you. If you're antisocial despite all of my teachings, that's probably because of my teachings. You're the very teen you mock when you say that, honey. I'm in my last year of high school. I'm practically dust. I'm practically dust. Holy shit. That is true, though. When I was in my last year of high school, I really did feel like I was gonna die. Like, I was like, yeah, my life is over. Like, I'm old now. Like, all my opportunities are gone. I have a friend who's going off to, like, med school. I got another kid who's, like, 2 years younger starting med school, like, training or, like, the prerequisite courses as a part of an advanced thing. I've got a buddy going on running his own like business selling game items for $10,000 a month. I'm like, I feel like I'm like lost in life. Little did I know that the feeling would persist until I'm 30. Yeah, you're real. Don't you dare. Senior. Dad, I know where this is going. Citizen. I'm just gonna ignore that. But I won't forget it. So what's number one on the new house agenda? Well, first we'll need to forge a path to the solid wall of boxes that's blocking the living room. I still have to install the washer and dryer. We need to go grocery shopping. See, I'm glad that I chose washer and dryer, because that's the most important part. Pops, cool your jets. You have to promise me that we're going to take a break and explore the neighborhood. Yeah, I think when you first move in, you should take the time to go walk around and just check things out. But also, this is another thing that I never really think about, right? Right now, I can sort of ignore certain problems. I can't really because I've had to live on my own for a while, and so I've had to be the one to fix everything. But I don't have... Well, no, I do have the responsibility. But like, basically, when you're a parent, it feels like you're expected to know everything and even more, because you have to solve problems. Like, I can fix the electricity. I can fix the wiring in my house. I can fix any holes in the walls. I can paint. I can, like, fix, various appliances. I can install appliances now, right? But it feels like as a parent, the pressure is really on to do that even better, because it's like, when you're a parent, your funds are very limited because a portion of that goes to your child. It's like $80,000 per year, estimated, right? And then you need to actually, like, save your money, but then also to save your money, you need to get down and dirty to actually do things. And so it's really hard to imagine, but basically when you're a parent, you are the last line of defense for the sanity of your home, for the sanctity, because if you don't fix these things, it's all gonna go to shit. And the pressure to need to learn that immediately it feels like insanity to me, because it's like, we just expect this to happen, but at the same time, it's just life. Like, I do it now despite having no kids, because I'm just, because I just live on my own and I take care of things. Like, just a couple days ago, I was just fixing some, like, lights in the house, because again, they keep fucking around, and some of the lights are wired in the worst way ever. And just this morning, this is sort of why I was late. I was mapping out where these extra wires in the house go for this other system that we have. And it goes through so many different walls, and I was like, how am I going to get this out of the wall? I have to, like, break open the wall and then redo the drywall and redo the painting. It's like... And it's just things you have to do, but there's something about the pressure of doing it as a parent that feels insurmountable. Okay, you're right. We'll get some work done and then check the area out. We pull up to the new house and step outside. The lawn is freshly mown and the for sale sign is still in the yard. Who mows... I never thought about this. Who mows the lawn when you move into a new home? Do you mow the lawn? Why are my chairs inside the bushes? This is penis music. This is penis music for my chairs being in the bushes. Why are they in the bushes? If we sit in the chairs, our legs are gonna be eaten to shit by bugs, by like ticks and spiders. Yeah! With a swift kick from Amanda, the for sale sign is no more. Honey, we need to give that sign back to the realtor. They're gonna charge us an extra $25 because you broke it. Nice for him, Sweet Pea. No, don't encourage it. Well, encourage it, but also tell her that she owes me $25. I got a problem with authority. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of my daughter. She's a rebel. She's an anarchist.
Oh.
Man, all that karate chopping tucking me out. I could really go for a sandwich. What? Actually, it's never a wrong time to go for a sandwich. An ice cream sandwich? No, that's not a sandwich. I think ice cream sandwiches are the worst ice cream. Not because it's bad ice cream. I actually really enjoy them, but because they sully the name of what is a sandwich. I'm gonna show you the best sandwich that I've ever had in my entire life. Give me a second. Oh, that's it. That's it. This is it. Best sandwich ever. .jpg. Okay, saved. Okay, it's gonna show on a screen soon. Don't worry about that. That was for a different word. Best. Right there. Oh, sorry, I didn't click save. Oh, sorry. Best. Right there. Beautiful. The classic ham, mayo, and very oddly formed cheese that isn't really cheese between two pieces of bread, and it doesn't. This is a crazy thing to say. I think a ham sandwich with mayo tastes better when the bread isn't toasted, and I will die on this hill because I think toasted bread on a mayo and ham sandwich is a travesty to the mayo. The mayo simply becomes oil because of the heat of the toasted sandwich. And if you wait too long, it coagulates in between the fold, and so you don't get a good mayo like gush in your mouth. You want the mayo gush in your mouth, right? But when you do cold mayo on cold untoasted white bread, and then you let the mayo gush into your mouth in between the folds of meat and cheese, it's like ambrosia. It's like ambrosia. It's so good. An ice cream sandwich. Sweetie, it's 10 a.m. We need to unpack first. I need some coffee ASAP. Did you even see all the dogs in the park nearby? I think this is the moment to be playful. At least for me, I would be playful with my child. Like, I'd be like, hey, you want ice cream? All right, yeah, fuck it. Let's go. Like, we just moved in. It's a new time for us, and let's enjoy our life. You know what I mean? Like, we have now gone through the hard trial and tribulations of getting to this point, and we might as well just go and enjoy what's going on. We might as well enjoy our life. And if you want an ice cream sandwich, well, guess what? That makes sense. Do you know why? The ice cream truck does 2 drive-thrus in your neighborhood. As an adult, I know this. As a child, I had no clue. As an adult, I know the game of an ice cream truck. They go through the neighborhood in the afternoon around lunchtime. So around 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m. One quick one to try and catch any straggling adults who want ice cream. Okay, so this is the time for us to go get ice cream. The second time is after school, when all the kids are coming home. They go right after school and they sit in neighborhoods blaring the music. I only knew about the latter and not the former until I became an adult who stayed home all day long working remotely. And then I realized, wait a minute, I've been lied to my whole life. There's always a good time for ice cream. I don't want to unpack. I do need some coffee, but that's for a different reason. I only had 2 hours of sleep last night. I was busy. But I think we should go see all the dogs in the dog park in the park nearby. You know it. Thank you for moving us to an area where the dog to person ratio is very high. You're welcome. I think that's an area is good when the dog to person ratio is high. If your area has very little, if you live somewhere and there are very little dogs, you're in the presence of psychopaths or sociopaths. I'm not even kidding you. I think if you have a pet animal and they look like they're happy and they're well, and you see them interacting well with the animal, that's a sign of good human emotion. When you see very little dogs, it means that the dogs wouldn't survive there because the people there would hurt them, and so therefore you're around danger. I think serial killers specifically have never had it. Has there ever been a serial killer who has owned a dog? Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, shit. He is best remembered for the fact that he fed some of his victims' remains to his dogs. Okay. Well, it seems like I'm wrong. I only want what's best for you. Yeah. I hope you're prepared for the frequency at which I might interrupt conversations to yell, "Dog!" to rocket way up. I mean, you do that a lot already. Hey, it's a dog!
Oh, no.
Wait, false alarm. It was just a funny shaped rock. You want to see real dogs so bad? Let's go to that park around the corner. Grow your own vegetables. It's cheaper, I think. What are these tips? What are these loading screen tips? I don't know. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. These loading screen tips feel like somebody giving you life advice. Like, grow your own vegetables is cheaper. Amanda and I begin to stroll through the neighborhood. This is a cool neighborhood. They even have like an outstore, like an outside bookstore. I've always wanted to live on a street like this. Small, quiet, quaint. You have stores on one side as well as like homes. So people live on top of their stores, and then you have the store on the bottom. Very nice, very sort of like very cozy feeling. And you go on and it's just local shops. Nowadays, if it's a local shop, everything costs like 50% more, and I don't know why. But it seems like a great place to be, and you just get to hang out. This is actually... Maybe I need to move. I don't think there's a single place like that in Canada. There could have been to some degree on like Bloor Street, maybe in Toronto, but I don't think anymore because of like the zoning changes. Amanda and I begin to stroll through the neighborhood. Can't believe how beautiful it is outside. Kids are playing in the streets, the flowers are in bloom, and the faint smell of a nearby barbecue drifts through the air. Of a nearby community barbecue mod. Are you gonna make it to your community barbecue? This place is nice. Too nice. I don't trust it. Good call. Good call. This could be like a crazy place. We don't know. Good eye, honey. You never be too careful. See that baby in that stroller over there? Government operative. We're on to you, baby. We walk for a while and eventually end up at a small park. Toddlers chase each other through the playground, and dogs of all shapes and sizes romp through the grass. It's pretty crowded, but Amanda spots a nice empty bench. We start to make our way over to it when... Heads up!
Hey.
Oh! A frisbee suddenly hits me in the face. I'm not barking. If I bark right now, it's gonna be taken out of context, and I will never live it down. A corgi with a neat plaid handkerchief tied around its neck bounds up to me, wagging its tail. Oh my god, that dog looks so cute. But also this dog, the way they drew the dog, looks like they wanted to draw a pit bull first, and then they changed it to a corgi. I don't know how to explain it, but the way that the corgi looks, it looks like they wanted to draw a pit bull first before they changed it to a corgi. But also corgis just look like this because they're surprisingly muscular. They're like weird looking dogs. Hello? Did you throw this thing at my head, or I like your necktie? This is POV. I grew up watching the live action Lion King, and I think it understands what I'm saying. I like your necktie. He runs around the circle and nudges my leg with his nose. Oh god, this is the cutest dog. Can I help you? Impart upon me your wisdom, tiny dog. Chad, have you seen this video? It's the best video ever. Oh! I'm loading the video now. Prepare to be happy. Wait, I need to mute the game. This might be the best video that I've ever seen. The Dog of Wisdom. Just get ready for the best thing I've ever heard. It's a classic. Oops.
Hababa. Hababadagada.
Hababakatata. Habakakapatata.
Hatata. Hababa. Hababadagadaga. Pa.
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 Ba ba ba.
Ba ba ba.
Ba ba ba
Ba ba ba ba.
ba
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 ba.
ba ba ba.
Ba.
Ba ba ba.
You know what's crazy about this video? We all love the dog, right? But Joe is the dog. Like, Joe the human is making the dog noise. So what we love is Joe the human making dog noises. We love when he barks for us. Ever since I realized that, I can't enjoy it nearly as much because I feel weird about enjoying somebody else barking for me. But I recognize that that's just how it is. Like when you hear things in movies and you say, "Oh, I really loved the baby lion in like Lion King," like that's a human. Like you like the way that they're role playing a child for you. And I'm like, shit, I don't know what to feel anymore. I impart upon me your wisdom, tiny dog. Woof woof. How long do I have left? How did you know? How did you know? Do you have tomorrow's? How did you know? Forget the lottery numbers. But how long do I have left? How did you know? Who? How did? Where's the body? Borf. My God, this dog knows more than any lets on. You definitely could have caught that. A guy in a Hawaiian shirt jogs over to us and takes their frisbee from me. Hello. You know, frisbees are traditionally caught with your hands, not your face. Yeah, well, buddy, you're too good at throwing it towards my face. I almost died. Now, this is the ultimate father. Okay, this is your stereotypical father who who used to be somebody and then had to let themselves go for the sake of taking care of their daughter or like of their child, right? Because when you're taking care of your child, there's like too much stuff going on. You can't take care of yourself. Wait, so unless they're not dads, am I the only dad in this entire story? I thought I'd be dating fathers. I was here to date fathers. Am I the only father here? Is everybody else childless? I was about to say fatherless. Childless. Am I the only father in this entire game? Well, you're traditionally not supposed to aim for people's heads. Or it's a new technique. Or I'll catch you with my teeth next time. Caught me off guard. You caught me off guard this round. Not again. Not ever again. I'm just messing with you. I'm Brian, by the way. I'm Licorice, and this is my daughter, Amanda. Oh, he's a dog, Daddy. I look over at Amanda, only to find her sitting on the ground, rubbing the dog's tummy. Yes, that's the best part of a dog when they roll over and it's like, and it just like give me love. What's this button? Save? I'm gonna need that soon because I have to go soon actually. Hi.
Oh.
Your dog's cool. Old Maxwell sure loves the attention. It's great to see another father and daughter out here on such a sunny day. Are you a father? You say another father and daughter, but do you mean that you're a father, or do you mean that you've seen other fathers and daughters? And if so, keep your eyes away from them. Where's yours? That's a funny question to ask. That's a funny question to ask because it's like, it's the middle of the school day. I can infer that they're in school, right? But also, I don't know if he's lost his daughter. Like, well, what if his daughter died in a freak accident? And so if I ask where's yours, and his eyes start to widen and he blanks out, have I just made him relive his trauma? I don't know. Like at this point, it's like, should I be asking this? Because I can infer it. But at the same time, asking is the most polite thing to do because it gives them a chance to talk about themselves. This is a trick for any conversation. Ask questions to get somebody to talk about themselves. But don't ask stupid questions. This is my second trick. Ask good questions to get somebody to talk about themselves. Because if you ask stupid questions, you only seek to frustrate them. Because it's like they just look at you and they go, are you even listening? You know what I mean? Or they go, do you even know me? Versus if you ask a good question, like, hey, how was that event that you had to go to last time? It signals that you remember and that you care about them implicitly, and that you care about how they felt about the event. Neither of which you really do. Brian gestures over to a grassy knoll. Oh. Brian! You got to move your daughter now! She's on the grassy knoll! Why is it a grassy knoll? If you Google grassy knoll, like let's say you don't know what a knoll is, so you Google the word grassy knoll. You see, I'm not even fucking... Really? What is this? This is the first result. You can't make this up. You actually can't make this up. Sponsored tickets and tours. Dallas JFK assassination tour. The grassy knoll. You can't make this up. You can't make this up, man. 4.8 stars. Oh man, you can't make that up. You can't make that up. Brian gestures over to a grassy knoll where a young girl sits on a checkered blanket. She's reading a book bigger than her head. She puts it down and heads over to us. This is Daisy. She's reading the Brothers Karamazov. I'm sorry. The Brothers Karamazov? Brothers Karamazov. Isn't that like the it's a Dostoevsky. It's my Fyodor it's a Dostoevsky book. Isn't this thing like super advanced? Her teacher tells me that she has the reading comprehension skills of a high schooler. Well, I feel like she has a better reading comprehension than presidents. Oh, how old is she? 10. She's a precocious little youngster. I only learned recently what precocious meant. And precocious is the quality of somebody having developed like the acclamations to do things sooner than you would expect. Like if you're like an advanced reader, then you would be considered precocious. But if I learned C++ before the age of like 32, which is when the real programming wizards really gain their full ability, I'm not considered precocious. I'm considered like a failure within the like, tech world. I feel like something's wrong here.
Hey.
Whoa, what's a Dostoevsky? My natural dad instinct kicks in. I must brag about my child's accomplishments. Oh god, it's a Pokemon battle. Oh no, it's happening. I gotta make sure that my daughter's cooler. Go on, Daisy. Tell him about yourself. That's my girl. Amanda, get in there. Okay. I have ADHD, he has ADHD. I can't believe this is a Pokemon battle. But also, yeah, this is a real feeling. If you've ever had the feeling of like, my child can beat up your child, this is a real feeling. What's a DHTR? Can't switch daughters. Amanda is your only daughter. Oh. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to switch her. Item? Grade card. Spelling bee photo. Band-aid. Oh. My child has a band-aid. With a flourish, you produce a band-aid from your pocket, take a knee, and start to apply it to Amanda's arm. What are you doing, Dad? Being a protective being a protective parent. Anyone would agree it is an unusual gesture. You lose 10 HP. Fuck! Daisy just started a weekly chess club at her elementary school computer lab. She's the president too, of course. Dang, my high school doesn't even have a chess club or a computer lab. You lose 10 HP. Oh! I'm dying. What other items do I have? Spelling bee. She did good at the spelling bee. Fumbling through your phone's browser, you managed to pull up a photo of Amanda winning her 10th grade spelling bee. Wow, congratulations, Amanda. Daisy is getting prepared for her annual spelling bee right now. Oh! Hopefully this will be her 3rd win in a row. Ah! Thanks, you lose 5 HP. Daisy sold enough candy bars this year to get the top prize. A canoe! Ah! We're taking it out next weekend. How is that even possible? Amanda could barely get one of those sticky hand things. It's extra powerful. You lose 20 HP. My daughter's a fucking failure. Oh, my daughter's a failure. Honey, you're a failure. Oh, I'm gonna brag. Amanda here just recently won a local photography award. Wow, congratulations. Brian loses 10 HP. Get shit on. Daisy actually just won a statewide poetry contest. Oh! Dostoevsky! You lose 15 HP. Items. We need to pull out something crazy, okay? I know she's a good reader, but everyone knows. If you're good at reading, you suck at math. Check out her grades. You pull a wrinkled copy of Amanda's last grade card out of your back pocket. This is bad. Dad, awesome grades. Brian loses 25 HP. You really carry that around everywhere? Ouch. Maybe this is kind of weird. Lose 5 HP. I mentioned Daisy, so the first word at 10 months? Daddy. Amanda's was potty. Still cute, but maybe this isn't the time to bring it up. Lose 10 HP. I have 5 HP, he has 45. If I don't kill him in one go, sorry, not kill him, it's over. Amanda, I really hope you can draw. You unfurl your wallet to reveal a tiny copy of a drawing of a cornucopia Amanda did in the 1st grade. I will say this is very, endearing. It shows that who I am as a father in this game is somebody who cares about their daughter. Because it's not weird to carry around your daughter's report card. I don't think. It is weird. Because why do you carry it around? But it's sentimental of I can see it being for sentimental reasons. This is her effort, and I love the effort that my daughter has put into life. And this is a photo that my daughter took, and I love that she saw it with her own eyes and chose to experience the world that way. And this is a drawing that my daughter did, and I love it for the amount of bravery that she had to bring her vision to life. You know what I mean? It could mean something, but I'm using it for vanity. It feels like I'm degrading the entire point of it. Cute! Isn't very impressive, but Amanda genuinely appreciates you holding on to it. Yes! See, it doesn't matter how much HP I lose or how much HP Brian loses. It matters how much my daughter feels loved. Brian loses 10 HP. I regain 20 HP. Yes. Daisy here has all of her adult teeth. Never had a cavity either. Amanda self-consciously hides her lips together to hide her teeth. That's on me though. If I fed her properly and I helped her clean her teeth, she wouldn't be like that. So that's on me. It's extra powerful. You lose 20 HP. Out of bragging material. We have to go for a Hail Mary. Honey, I'm about to make up an entire life story for you. Last week, unprompted, Amanda helped an old woman with her grocery bags. Unprompted. Honestly, as like a 10-year-old or like a 10 or 11-year-old, that is hard. Actually, no. My daughter is old. She met Emma P in high school. It's only his daughter that's so young. It's extra powerful. Brian loses 20 HP. Words aren't all Daisy's good at, by the way. Her math is amazing. One time, what? Her math is amazing? I actually called her to double check my numbers before I made the cut for her support beam. What? You kid, this is unfair. You did that more than once, Dad. Doesn't that say more about him than it does about Daisy? Still, you lose 10 HP. I died. Dang. He's really got us beat. Boy, it's been such a treat getting to meet you two. Honey, don't talk to these people. They're beneath you. Ah! Did he have to add insult to injury by being such a gracious winner? Honey, don't talk to these people. They're beneath us. They can't even hold a candle to you, honey. Time for you to go home and make me a lot of money when you eventually become an engineer in the future. So I take it you guys are new to the neighborhood. Yeah, we just moved in. Do you live around here? Yeah, we live in the cul-de-sac down next to the coffee shop. Oh, you guys live beside the cafe? Yo, I'm coming over, man. What a coincidence. That's where we live too. Oh wait, the cul-de-sac beside the cafe. The entire cul-de-sac. Small world. Yeah, Daisy and I are in that little ranch-style house on the corner. I know that house. It's just like ours, but slightly bigger and better landscaped. Does this guy have to outdo me at everything? What a lovely place. Well, I don't want to take up any more of your time. Really nice meeting you guys. Let's stop by at some point. Yeah, definitely. Bye! Brian and Daisy walk further into the park with Maxwell happily trotting along in tow. How do I face her? How do I face her being such a failure of a father? Not being able to be proud enough of her to be able to beat this guy and beat down the fact that his daughter, like, he's so proud of her. But is that really my fault? Or is that my daughter's fault for not giving me enough things to be proud of? This is a problem. Now the relationship is ruined. Like, I don't want my daughter. I should give her up for adoption because at this point, she hasn't done enough for me. I spent my whole life taking care of her. You know, me and my dead husband. My husband died for her. And here she is. She doesn't even give me a single achievement that I can use in this impromptu battle in the middle of a park. How do I tell her? How do I break it to her that this house is only for me and not for thee? I'll figure that out next time. I have to go. I'm busy. This is a really good visual novel, like dating sim visual novel. I really enjoy the ways that it makes you feel. I really enjoy the writing. I thought the writing would be a bit more like it's always a worry when a game cares about its puns, because then are puns fun or are they sort of like overbearing? But this one actually is a very nice punny game, and I like how natural and flowing it is. Like, it's a surprisingly interesting story, and it makes me really reflect a lot on my time as a caretaker for various children, and for like what it means to be a parent and what it means to be in that sort of life. It's surprising just how much thought has been put into what these characters are saying, because you wouldn't really expect that from a game like this, and yet here it is. And I feel everything that is going on. It's also, it feels like there's a lot of depth to these character interactions. Like it even just a surface level meeting with a Brian, let's say, right? It feels like there's so much more to his personality that he lets out in like a drip feed manner that makes you want to see more. But also in between the interactions that I have with my daughter, like there's a whole life that we built together, and we're sort of like we are now taking on this new part of life together. It's a very endearing story, and I really enjoy it. I wish I had more time, but as it goes, I'm very busy, so we'll have to end it off here. But I really enjoy how this is going so far. I will try my best to be a better father, but sadly, I have no children of my own. I simply have adopted multiple children in my life. Not necessarily because I wanted to either, but because they were simply forced upon me for various reasons. So I know how to parent, but I do it begrudgingly. Please call me daddy.